When it comes to starting a law firm with no money, it's possible to do. I do know that, um, but I just wonder what your thoughts are on it in general because you see it quite a bit with lawyers where they'll graduate and then they'll hang out a shingle right out of law school, or maybe they worked for someone and then they started a firm without money. I just wonder what your thoughts are on if you were going to start a company without any money. I guess what's the right way of doing it? Because if there is a right way, so what are your thoughts on it? And then is there a right way of doing it, and what is it? That's a tough one, I understand, but I'm curious about your thoughts on it.
I believe that you have to have money to make money is a myth. I think that is another thing that stunts our creativity. And starting my own business with I didn't have to invest anything to get my business started. The art in starting a business without money is the front of the funnel, the marketing and the sales. It's like people who pre-sell their books before they write it, or pre-sell a course and create the course as they go. There are absolutely ways to start a business with $0.
That is not where what I expected you to say. Not at all. I did not. That is really interesting. I think it's brilliant. I think it's great. You've been very successful with your company, and I guess where does that come from? Where did you learn these things? Is it something that you learned over time, but like, how did you learn to run your company? Because you've done a really good job of it.
A lot of it is my upbringing. I'm no different than the conversation we had earlier. My dad was an over the road truck driver, and I was raised and I saw him not be scared to work really long and really hard hours for what he wanted. My mom was in sales, and no matter what company she was in, she always made the top 10 list, and we would go on these vacations to the Bahamas and Hawaii all on her company. So I had really, really good examples of what it looks like growing up. And my dad always had a side hustle too. Like he had a landscaping business, a handyman business. So from a very young age, I always knew that I wanted to be a business owner, an entrepreneur. And then I learned my own lessons because we have to change and evolve. And the core values and beliefs that were given to us may not be the ones that we want to carry into our adulthood, right?
Yeah.
I learned that I didn't want to be a hustler. I had done that and it served me well, especially when I was a single mother doing all of these things. If I did the same thing today that I did back then, it wouldn't work. That's how different things are. But I hustled and I put in the grit and the time and the hours. But then I realized I don't want to work like this for the rest of my life. So then I had the opportunity to go into a business I was recruited to, and I made vice president in the first year. And that was my first experience in leadership. And that experience showed me how important leadership really is. Leadership will make or break your business in a lot of different ways. And so I started to study the art of leadership and how leadership is actually an act of service, which goes against what I grew up saying. I always saw like iron fist, rah, do what I say and don't question it. And so that was a big shift for me, was learning how to serve people. And I believe in good karma. I believe if you have good intention and you want what's best for your clients and your team, it will unfold the way it needs to.